All right, hey everybody, welcome. Happy Tuesday, and good morning to those of you here on the Pacific Coast, and good afternoon to those on the East Coast, and good evening to you guys in Europe, wherever you might be. I'm Sam. Welcome to the Flipside. We're going to be talking about a couple of older games today. Not incredibly old games, don't get me wrong. I don't want to give the wrong impression here. We're just going to talk about games that probably just don't get talked about that much anymore. That's kind of what we do on Tuesdays here on the Flipside, is we reserve Tuesdays to talk about some time-honored games. And we actually do streams usually in the afternoons as well about time-honored Tuesdays. That's what we call it here, because we talk about older games, games that have been around for a longer period of time than just the last couple of years. Because that's what everybody's talking about, right? Everybody's talking about the stuff that's coming out later this year, or that came out last month, or that came out last year. But nobody's talking about the stuff that came out 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So that's what we're going to do on It Belongs in a Museum. And it belongs in a museum, to which you should reply, so do you, because yes, I know I'm old as well, but that is what we do here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the two games that we're talking about today. And then I know what year these came out with because I just did the research on it. So both games, Snapdragon, why did I do that? Let's go ahead and back it out and do this. Let's go with Command. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. All right, so we're going to talk about two games. Both of the games that we're going to talk about today were, rather, since we're talking about two of them, were released in 2016. 2016. So we're going to talk about both of those games. So that leaves you a little bit of a leg up. We're going to do two small little micro contests, and I do apologize. Let me go ahead and pull up the email here, because I do need to apologize to our winners last week. I haven't got your stickers in the mail yet, because last week was quite the harrowing experience. That's an overstatement, but that's just to say that I didn't get to mailing them out yet because I was super busy doing a whole lot of other stuff. But Bill Salt, I'm getting your stuff in the mail today. So I apologize for not getting them out, but all the way over there in Pennsylvania. Thank you for playing along last week, Bill. And then I believe Tom was the one that won the other sticker last week on Tuesday morning. So I'll be getting those out today. I will send them out with the two individuals that win this morning. So I'll get them all out at the same time, and that is as good of a promise as I can make at this point in time. Here we go. All right, so who we got? Hello, Nuno. Good to see you. David Brownlee is here. Well, good. Sharon is here, to you too. And Josh Gregoire. Or is that Gregory? Gregoire. I don't know. Josh, let me know how you pronounce your last name. Is it like the super French version, or is it just Gregory? Nuno says hello to David, and Doug is here. Ragged Edge 68. Good to see you, Doug. Hello. So, to bring everybody back up to speed, looks like I made it in time today. Awesome. Flesh to Dust. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Well, JT flipped the script last night, And in our Divinus play, so you can go check that out. We played we played scenario 3 of Divinus last night. That was a pretty fun time. I still enjoy it, but man, can it be a frustrating experience when you're waiting for that one thing to come up and it just continues to elude. And then it's really my fault because, at that point in time as a gamer, you should know that you're supposed to kind of, deflect and start trying to do something else and trying to keep working towards it. But you just get stuck sometimes. And oh man, the last night scenario was frustrating for me, but JT did a tremendously good job playing the game last night, so that's something you should go check out. It was fun. It was a fun experience. We recorded our 2016 lists, bottom 5, top 5, last night, and then we went live. We got finished recording those lists with 8 minutes before we went live, so it was efficient use of our time. Yes, let's put it that way. Solo Soliloquy says, I'm going to call it Star Wars Rebellion. I don't know about all that jazz, bruh. But we'll see. You'll have to join in. You'll have to tune in on Friday morning. Yup. Nothing like the lukewarm go-go juice, yes? Such a generous... All right, so here we go. First one we're going to talk about. Here on It Belongs in a Museum. Let's see. I've already given you one blanket clue. That's 2016. That's the year. And yes, it's because I've been thinking about the year 2016 and a couple of games that I've had on my shelves for a pretty long time were produced in those years. I'm not saying that they're going to be on my list because, I don't mail it in like that sometimes. But I will say that I was able to, take a little bit longer look at these games and they piqued my interest again. And so there you have it. Both games are from 2016. That's your first clue. And now another clue for this one. Let's go with... the mechanisms. The two mechanisms are hand management and set collection. Hand management and set collection. Those are the two... core mechanisms of this game, and it was made in 2016. That's a whole lot of mucky muck. David Brownlee. Also, Doug did not tell everyone how bad he destroyed us in Tobago. Still feel bad about that typo. Oh, don't worry about it. TI4. No, David. Eric, that's Eric's job, not yours. Stop saying TI4. Game over, man. Game over. Let's see here. Guildhall Fantasy. No, Matthew. Good try though. But no, Guildhall Fantasy is incorrect. Incorrect. Let's see. Another clue. Should I give the publisher? I'm not saying nothing this time. Nuno. That's funny. Hogwarts Battle. No. But that's one of Jesse's favorite games. But no, that's not one of the ones we're talking about today. And it's generally it's not a card game. Now, I know that when you have hand management in there, medieval. Let's go with medieval. General theme, medieval, David. When you say something is hand management, you want to you want to go automatically to the route that it's a card game. It's not necessarily a card game. So keep that in mind. The general theme is medieval. I just assumed you were giving me the go-ahead to share the scores with everyone. I'm gonna. Here you go, Doug. Do it. Do what must be done. Matthew Cowell, Isle of Skye, from Chieftain to King. Ooh, that's a good game. I've got that one right over here, I think. Where is it? Isle of Skye. I know I have it. Yep, Isle of Skye is right there. That's a good game. Good game. But no, we're not talking about Isle of Skye. It's 2016. Hand management and set collection. I've already answered about the general theme is medieval. I will say that there is a specific kind of mythology in which that medieval theme centers upon. There is a certain kind of mythology that general theme of medieval, that general medieval theme centers upon. David says, you will have to share the scores. I can't count that high. Doug uses a calculator. He can't count that high either. It's by NSKN Games. NSKN Games. That's my last. And then I'll give you 30 seconds. Well, maybe I'll give you a minute. That's the last one. So 2016, hand management, set collection. There's 3 clues. 4th clue is that it's a medieval theme. That was an answer to a question. And I actually not embellished, but I went further on that and said that it's centered around a specific mythology. And then the last clue, 5 clues, was that it was from NSKN. That rules out all of my 2016 games. Well, you guys are watching this on this thing called the interwebs, and you could actually utilize one of the sites on that interwebs to get the question. I've given you, I think, enough so where you could type that right on up and grab it. Now, I know that might be, I mean, this isn't school here. You know, you have all things at your disposal, including that calculator that David has to use. While you have that calculator out, David, can you tell us how old this game is? If it came out in 2016, how old does this game take? I only use my personal game database for guessing. Well, that's like saying I only run races with crutches. Come on, David. No cheating. That's not cheating. It is utilizing the resources at hand. That's not cheating. I don't even know who NSKN is. They are an older company. Matthew Cowell. Matthew Cole. In the name of Odin. In the name of Odin is correct. Well done, sir. All right, Matthew Cole, or is it Colwell? You, my friend, will need to send me an email with your address so that I can send you your sticker. Send it to me at flipsideobg@gmail.com. Missed fall? No, family meeple. Good try, though. In the Name of Odin is the one we're going to talk about today. This is one that has kind of Colwell. Okay, cool. Thank you, Matthew, for that. Send me that email with your address, and I'll get your sticker out to you today. This is a game that largely has flown under the radar, and I don't know exactly why. Maybe A Feast for Odin has something to do with it, because A Feast for Odin came out in 2016 as well, and maybe this one came out, and then Feast for Odin came out, and Feast for Odin was like the rage, and everybody focused on A Feast for Odin because it's got Uwe Rosenberg's name on it and all this other kind of stuff, and I'm like, okay, fine. But this is more of a Viking game than in Feast for Odin is, as far as I'm concerned. And it's not as hard. It's not as heavy. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let me go ahead and share the screen with you here just a second. Let me go ahead and I should have had this already done, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. I'm not really. I just had other things happening when I would have normally done this. So window, configure, Google Chrome, yes, boom, there we go. Jessie adding a bunch of reminders to her grocery list. And because I'm connected to it, I get those as well. But anyway, here we go. Take a look. And this is a pretty cool thing because, all right, so In the Name of Odin, 2016. 2 to 5 players, 45 to 60 minutes, 13 and up. Weight is 2.55 out of 5. So it's right there in the middle. Christoph Zeba, or Ziba, is the designer. A whole bunch of different artists here, and you'll see in a few minutes the artwork is pretty cool. It's not like totally awesome, but it's pretty stinking cool. I like it a lot. So my rating, as you can see right there, is an 8 out of 10. I really enjoy this game. So you have different mechanisms. I already told you, hand management, set collection. It was a crowdfunding Kickstarter. Has tabletop simulator mods and Tabletopia. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. There's that mythology I was talking about, Norse. Oh, we actually did a Miami Dice of it. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Rado did one 8 years ago. We did a Miami Dice of it a bunch of times ago, and I probably rated it higher than Tom did. Just going out on a limb there. But anyway, look at some of the pictures here, and then we'll talk about. I don't own any of these pictures. I do not own any of these pictures. That's why there are some miniatures available there. There is some like area control and all that other kind of stuff going on too, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So. No, it's not area control. It's you send these guys out and they do stuff. But anyway, you get the idea of what the game looks like. Miniatures are looking pretty cool as well. So that gives you a good idea of the game before we actually get into it. So let me go ahead and shut that down. We'll go back over here. Ooh, look at that. And then we come back over here and boom. Let's see here. Colwell had to be something Viking related. Well, I did say that it was a specific mythology within the medieval arena. So there's that. I was trying to tell you guys what was what. All right, so here we have In the Name of Odin. NSKN Games, it's a 2 to 5 player game, 14 and up, 13 and up I think is what BGG had it, and it's about 60 minutes. But as you can see, check out the artwork on here. It looks really good, actually. It's a great looking game. NSKN did a good job as far as that's concerned with that artist, Odysseus Stemoglu. I don't know. I probably murdered that name. I probably... Sam has a genre. I do? Interesting. All right, so here we go. I'm going to open this up. I haven't opened this box in quite some time. Just letting you know. So if it is nasty in here, I apologize. Here are a couple of the... here are some of the player bags. And here's like clear drawings of the cover of the game, so that was pretty good. Check that out, man. That's just like a very stark picture. Love it. Love it, love it. So as we're looking through here, here's the rule book. give you an idea. You know, it gives you the delineates all of the different parts of the board there, parts of the player board, cards, all that kind of stuff. Does give you a list of game components, a little bit of overview. Here's setup. So again, it's a great looking game, and I feel like this feels more like a Viking game than a Feast for Odin did. And I don't mean to harp on Feast for Odin. I think Feast for Odin is a great game. It's just this game was much more along my lines of enjoyment. And as we're noticing here, just 12 pages. Just 12 pages of gameplay. So that's pretty cool here. Here are the other player boards. So 5 of them all together. You can play 2 to 5. So not bad. Here is the board, and we'll get this set up. Just so that you can see it. And again, it is a large board, so apologize for that. I'll move it around a little bit. But it is a large board. But as you can see, sorry, I'm trying to get it flat for you a little bit. But I really liked the look of the board, kind of the rustic nature of the board. I love these stones out here as well, how they look and all that kind of stuff. But up here is where most of these troops are going to be staying. There's 3, 3, and 3 of blue, gray, and black, and those are the different kinds of troops that you can recruit for your journeys and that kind of stuff. And you're just trying to collect different sets of journey cards, I believe, is what it was. And again, I'm sorry if it looks nasty in here. My apologies. But there's different decks of cards. I don't even know which is. Yep, that's right. These are all action cards, I think. Boom, boom. Yep. So you have these different things. So you have these different action cards that allow you to do certain things, like, and I don't remember what the actual symbols meant. But the action cards. Oh, come on. I'm talking to myself, not you guys. But let's see. 1, 2. Building card represents a structure that can be added to the village. 5 types of buildings. Okay, so this gets you a red warrior. This talks about seamanship. This gets you a blue warrior. The green is craftsmanship, so you can build stuff and buildings and all that kind of stuff. The yellow one is recruitment action. The gray is a trading action that you can do. So so you play a card, you do those 2 actions and so forth. And then when you're on a raid, you can play these cards, and I believe these are the troops that you have to have with you. These are how many points you get for that thing, and so forth and so on. So these are just different kinds of cards that you can do all that stuff with. Let me see. I'm going to have to... Man, this is a mess. Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to do all this sorting out right now, though, because you guys want to see these components. So as you can see, there are a lot of cards in the game, but what are those things? Oh, they're shipyards. Check that out. So shipyards allow you to do certain things. You can store 1 extra longship on your shore. You can prepare longships. This one, you can store 1 extra longship on your shore, and your maximum longship cost is that. This one, your hand side of action cards is now 7. And once per turn, you may use that or that as a seamanship, so those are cool things. But a lot of cards in here, man. And then you have some different kinds of cards that are here. These are different kinds of longboats, I believe. And then these are special kinds of dudes that you can have. And that's a pretty cool thing because here's where some of that artwork comes out. So Freydis is here, Gudrun, Odin, Hogni, Ragnar. So yeah, they have raid abilities and that kind of thing. Egil, Ingvar, Auslag, Newt, Kettle, Snorri. Oh, Snorri's a beast. Look at that dude. Oh my. Take 2 action cards from the action offer. Replenish the offer. Take 1 more action card. Replenish again. Gain a point. Man. Brynhildr. What does Brynhildr do? After the raid, you may discard 2 action cards to gain 1 fame. That's cool. Raid ability. For the purposes of the raid, you gain 2 seamanship and 1 recruitment. Cool. Bard. Lagerta? Lagerta? Wow. And Heron. So basically, you get the kind of the idea there. Kind of. So you have a whole bunch of different kinds of tokens here as well. These are just cardboard, but there's a lot of them. You can see that some of them are different kinds of things there too. So there's a whole bunch of these in here. Poor quality is good. The cards are probably, they were probably kind of standard for 8 years ago, but at the same time, they're probably substandard compared to today's. And these miniatures, again, probably for that age, for that time. Oh wow, it looks like some of these are pretty bent. I don't know, let's see. We'll sand them up. Yeah, they're pretty bent. But the, you know, they have a lot of bendy parts. Can you see that? I think you can, yeah. They have some bendy parts, but they're not bad miniatures, but they're also kind of, this was back from before they were really started using some of the harder plastics and that kind of thing. So got some shield maidens out here. These are pretty neat. So you kind of get the idea, right? Oh no! We'll put these away so we have some room to show some of the gray ones as well. But there are 3 different sculpts. These guys look like barbarians, but you get the idea. They're neat miniatures. They're cool miniatures. They've got good sculpts on them, but they do have some bendy parts, you can tell, that are out there, though. But, so, pretty good. Not exquisitely awesome, but still decent. Much better than just like, you know, tokens or what have you. But, and you know what? This is holding true to all of these things that I like to do. I really would like to play this game now. So, we'll have to see. Maybe we'll pull this out tonight. I did talk to Jess, and Jess has said that she is good to go for today. She is starting to feel better, which is a huge praise, because her throat's still hurting her, and she's got some swelling of those glands, but generally speaking, she feels a lot better than she has in some time. She's actually out shopping right now, so that'll tell you something. No, it's just grocery shopping, but still, there's been some times where she has not wanted to go grocery shopping either. But anyway, that is, I'm going to clean all this up here in a little bit, but I just got to put it back in here for now. But as you can see, there are a lot of cards in here. A lot of cards. A lot of little cool things going in here as well. And then that board. Oh, it doesn't fit well. Come on. Bend back into those shapes, buddies. And that has been In the Name of Odin. A great game from 2016. And hopefully me showing it to you has sparked some interest. Maybe you can go out and pick up yourself a copy. I don't know what the availability is right now, but maybe, I don't know. Let's see here. Not surprised you forgot about the Miami Dice episodes. As you get older, you lose two things, your memory and something else. Yeah, exactly, right? Not really into mythology myself. The game looks nice, though. It is a nice game. Maybe we'll be able to play it soon. I don't know. We'll see. I like the map on the board, and I would like to get battle mat with something like that. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Never seen this game before. Never seen In the Name of Odin? Wow, man. That's one of the reasons why I like doing this, because it lets people see games that they just haven't seen before. Because there's so many that come out. So many games come out every year. You can't see them all, which is why Cult of the New is particularly damaging, in my opinion. Not that everybody needs to stop being Cult of the New. I'm not saying that. People are, people are enraptured by the new shiny stuff. I get it. I totally get it. I'm not, indicting them or anything like that. But at the same time, there needs to be some balancing, if I can say it that way. Because there's so much good stuff that you can't. It's like drinking from the fire hose, man. It's not all going down your throat. It's not all there. You've got to take, you got to take a break and slow that sometimes down to a trickle, right? Just so you can catch it. But $22 on Noble Knight. Wow, that's got to be a used copy. $22. I did see some that I was looking at. They were on the $40 or $50 range, but $22 for In the Name of Odin is a good price. My game will come out one day. I'm sure it will. Pretty readily to be available on eBay in the $30 to $40 range. Oh, very cool. That's very cool. 20 to $40 for that game. I don't remember what it originally retailed for, but 20, I mean, even 30 to $40 for In the Name of Odin, I think is well worth your time. Oh man, I might actually do it. All right, so that was our first one, In the Name of Odin, from NSKN Games. Go check that out if you have the opportunity to. The next one, I've already told you, came out 2016, and let's see, what else can we say? This one is considerably a higher rating than the last one. In the Name of Odin is rated at a 6.6 on the Geek. And it had a 2.5 complexity rating. This one that we're going to talk about next is rated a 7.8. A 7.8 on the Geek, but it is a 2.9 complexity rating. So it's considerable, well, not considerably, but it's slightly more complex than In the Name of Odin. Let's see here. What can I say? What mechanisms am I going to give you here? Let's go with, wow, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 mechanisms. But one of them is modular board. That means there's modular setup, variable setup, King of the Hill, hand management, and closed drafting. Ooh. those are the ones I'm going to tell you. This one also falls within the medieval category with mythology. It actually has the war game category. No, this is not a war game. It is a war-themed game, but medieval and mythology is probably going to get you closer. And 2016. So we'll stop there for a minute as far as clues are concerned, and see where people are able to go. Oh my goodness. David, did you cheat? How did you do that? How did David do that? My goodness gracious. David is correct. All right, David Brownlee. That is one of my favorites. Well, there you have it. You got it right. So I need your address, Mr. Brownlee. Go ahead and send it to me so I can get you and Matthew your stickers today, along with Bill Salt over in Pennsylvania later on today, and Tom. Tom is actually in the UK right now visiting a buddy of his. So I thought there was no cheating. I don't know that he did. He did say that he uses his personal collection and that this is one of his favorites. So maybe he knew this was happening, and I have the older version as well. Seasons expansion is still on the shelf of shame again. Yeah. Hello, Vanessa. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. All right. So that is exactly the cool factor. All right. So we are talking about this. I know, right? Just to pull it out of, I didn't give him designer name. I didn't give him company. None of that. I just gave him a bunch of mechanisms and the year, and he pulled that one out of the hat. That's something else. That's something else. All right. So Inish is also one of my favorites. I'm actually wearing my Celtic themed grunt style shirt today, and this is one of the reasons why, is because I was going over this one. Really enjoy this game a lot, and I have the old version. The newer version, if let's go ahead and take a look at that, just so that you guys can kind of see what the deal is there. But we'll go to that and pop it over so that you guys can see. This is what the new box looks like right now. So if you go look for this, well, maybe not. This looks like it might be a different, let me see. There you go. That's the old version. This is what the new box probably looks like. Still awesome looking, but I really like this box a lot better. I like the original art design. Now, some of the art did get kind of, just to give you some painted versions of the miniatures. These are things that are actually in the game. And these are not my pictures. I don't own these pictures. I apologize. But these are the actual miniatures that come in the game. So that gives you an idea of what we're about to take a look at. But 2 to 4 players, 60 to 90 minutes. That rating of 2.9, 2.89, whatever. But a 7.8, ranked overall 98. Wow. And for strategy, it's ranked 89. So that gives you an idea. Christian Martinez is the designer. Dimitri Bialik and Jim Fitzpatrick are the artists. So very cool, very cool. Madigo did a great job with this game, in my opinion. So there you have all of the different mechanisms: area majority, area movement, campaign, battle card driven, closed drafting, hand management, interrupts, because you can play cards on other people's turns to interrupt their turn. King of the Hill aspect, where, and that kind of comes in where everybody knows what you have to do in order to win. And once somebody gets to that point, they have to announce that I am going to win if you don't stop me. And now everybody has the opportunity to stop them. So part of the deal, and I think one of the expansions spoke to this, because people started to complain that there was this, like an endless cycle where somebody could set themselves up to win, and then somebody takes them out, and then somebody else sets themselves up to win, and everybody attacks them. And so it got into that cycle, that King of the Hill cycle, where everybody is just trying to keep everybody else from winning. But and I think one of the expansions spoke to that and cleaned that up a little bit. So it does have a modular board and variable setup, and that's one of the coolest things about the game. We'll get into that in just a minute. But multi-use cards, Celtic mythology. So there you have it. That's what we're going to take a look at next. So let's go ahead and get down to the table. Yeah. So here we go, taking a look at Inish. It does have that kind of UV printing on it, where part of it is a little bit more shiny than the rest. You can kind of get that idea right there. Maybe not. The box does have a slightly linen finish to it, but it's a really neat cover. I love the artwork from this original edition. I'm glad I don't have the old one. This one I just think pops a lot more than that other board. So I'm very happy to own it. Here is the, I do have the Seasons of Inish expansion, so the expansion is in here as well. And here is the rule book for the main game, and we'll get through it. I just like to show this so that you kind of get the idea of all that kind of stuff, of how it's set up, how it looks, and generally speaking, how short the rule book is. All right, so that gives you a good idea about that. The cool, this is the Seasons, one of the Seasons expansions, I believe, that comes in here. And so, but I mean, I'll just take a moment here and take a look at some of the artwork, so you can kind of get the idea. These are the different cards, and that gives you an idea of the artwork that's in the cards all over the game. So these are nice linen finish cards as well, but I love the artwork in this game. It's not my absolute favorite, but I really, really enjoy it. So it just kind of gives you a good idea of how the game looks, and just how compelling it is for it to be part of that Celtic mythology, and kind of draws you in with all of these different cards that are here, and I love the artwork. So there you have that. Chonky bits, man. Chonky bits. So this is what, now these are all unpainted, because generally, you know, I'm known for painting miniatures and that kind of stuff, at least in a rudimentary way. And so none of my stuff is painted, but that gives you an idea of the villages and the cities. These are really neat miniatures. Really neat miniatures. Large cities, medium cities, and then there are also villages. And that gives you an idea of the size of them. I don't have huge hands, but I also don't have small hands either. And this kind of gives you an idea of how big they are. So great miniatures for the cities. It just really pops on the board. I liked the fact that they went there. I love that. There, and you also have blue, but this is what I'm talking about. If you have a game that's centered around a certain country, why not use the country's colors for the player pieces? It makes it that more thematic. It's awesome. I love this. One of the cool things about the city as well is that when you have things, you can actually set dudes in here to defend them. And there's a little spot where you put the dude in there so that he is notably defending that city. I love that fact that they actually put places in there like that. The small one has it too. See that? That's just a great idea. A great idea. I think that's a great cool thing. Now, here's a part of the seasons board. We want a king. Victory conditions: present in 6 or more territories, chieftain over 6 or more opposing clans, present in territories with 6 or more total sanctuaries. Assembly phase, step 2, check for victory. If Bryn is not tied pretenders gain a deed, then flip this tile. And then victory conditions change a little bit. So this thing tells you if somebody's about to win, somebody's about to win. Now you can go stop them. So you get the idea there, right? All right, now I got to move this because this is awesome. These are the tiles that make up the board. I love this. So you're generally going to start with like a number of provinces that are out there on the board, and they all fit together with this like jaggedy edge. It's not puzzle shaped, and as the game continues, the board continues to grow in different ways, shapes, and forms. And I love these shapes and how they just kind of fit together. And the different effects, for example, this one comes into play with a harbor, so we would have to pull out a harbor. And that's what all of those do. But the effects of some of these things are also printed on the board. For example, the mountains, it says when 1 or more clans are moved to this territory, their owner must discard 1 action card or lose 1 of his clans from the territory. So again, these things just kind of fit in there. I love the way this game looks, and you know, it might be a little jarring because these landscapes are not exactly you know, they're not all facing the same direction. But to me, that's not a huge deal, which is weird because sometimes it would be. But in this game, it just kind of fit. I love it. I love the way this game looks when it's on the board. And there's a whole bunch of, I mean, look at all these. And this isn't even all of them. Look at all these. Cove, valley, plains, the gates of Tirnanog, a swamp, the iron mine, a lost vale. And the artwork on these is amazing, y'all. I can't, a salt mine. That is a salt mine, not where you actually launch an attack. A moor, stone circles, hills, meadows, misty vale, a forest, highlands. I love the look of this game. It's so awesome. Go back to live streaming. The one criticism I have about Inish is the rulebook could have been clearer. Once you translate the steps into a flow chart, it's a great game. Maybe they cleaned it up in the 2nd edition. Maybe so. So it's a dynamic board, then each game is different? Yes, that is correct. Puzzly tiles, nice, yes. Do you like the expansion? Is it a must-add to the base? If you combine Celtic and Nordic games, how many is that? Let me see. What does he say? Likely not as much as Viking games. Okay, what are you guys talking about? It's too late for clues to even attempt to guess. I've asked for the Blood Rage versus Inish video a couple of times too. Oh, yeah. Out of curiosity, what percentage of Sam's collection is a Celtic game? Do you like the expansion? Yes. Is it a must-add to the base? Sure. Yeah, I think so. And it'll fit in the box as well. So there's no worries there. I think second edition of the rulebook is solid. Okay, there you go, Michael. There's your answer, David. There's so much for me to like about this game. It's just amazing. I really do enjoy it. They are all the same shape, so I guess that kind of goes without saying because they all fit together. They wouldn't all fit together if they were not the same shape. But I love the fact that it is not like, I don't know, it's not a boring shape. You know what I mean? It's a dynamic shape. It's one of those kinds of boards that lends itself so well to being dynamic, and I guess that's what I like so much about it. I have a hard time sometimes putting my ideas or my feelings into more succinct wording, but hopefully you get the idea. There are also these little things here, which are the harbors, I believe. So cool. Boom. See how nicely they fit in there? Oh, got more. Forgot. This one needs to hit the table again. And I mean, like, soon. So the colors were, I don't know if you saw them earlier, there was green, blue, orange, and white. Green, orange, and white being the Irish colors. And then there were also black as well. So you had, you know, it can be a 5-player game. But just, this is a great game. Last time I played this game, as a matter of fact, was at a Dice Tower retreat with a group from Ireland. That was a pretty cool thing. I liked that. Just a great experience, and great gamers, and it was very fun. So that is Inish. Very cool game. Man, gosh. I'm just reminded why these things have stayed in my collection. The pieces look like rugged islands, like you'd see around in Ireland. Yep, absolutely. I like the art on the back of the tiles. All right, I didn't look at the art on the back of the tiles, so let's turn it over and see what it's like. Yes. A bunch of that knot work. So it's like, you know, but that's what Nuno's talking about. Really neat. Boink. Very cool. Man, I want to get this back to the table. So much to do, so much to play. First word problems. Love this game, Michael Joseph says. Really made it difficult to pass on Galactic Resistance. Yep. That's right. Galactic Resistance. Wasn't that... This is like the... Galactic Resistance was the predecessor, or no, the successor of this. They used it. So, you finish with Inish? Good job, Nuno. Well done, sir. That was awesome. Let's see here. I'm interested in this one. Got to look into it. Very, 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 very cool. Each land tile has a special power as well. That is correct, David. Thank you for pointing that out. So that is that. We looked at Inish. We'll go ahead and put him back up here. And in the name of Odin. So a couple of great games. games that I think deserve to be highlighted a little bit more. I feel like I'm behind a wall here, but it's not. Oh, I gotta fix this. There we go. There we go. Now everything is right in the world. Oh man, the back of this actually focuses on a lot of the, has some of the artwork kind of showcased on the back here as well. So that's pretty cool. I love it when artists do their job so well. And they really kind of try to tap into the theme and the lore and the timing behind all of that. 66 highly detailed plastic figures. Where is... I thought I kept the Seasons box. But I guess I may not have. But anyway. Those are my two games for It Belongs in a Museum. Not so much so because I want you to play these games, but they are definitely of the older breed. Art is important. Art is very important. You are correct, Vanessa. Well done. But we're about at an hour, so I do need to go ahead and get out of here. We are going to be doing our time-honored Tuesdays at 2 o'clock today. I've got a little bit of extra time before I need to pick up kids from school, so we can push it to about an hour, and we're going to do that. We also have a guy coming to detail our cars at 1 o'clock, which is another reason why we weren't able to start at 1. We need to make sure that we meet him and get him going before we actually start playing. So definitely play Inish. Great choices. Glad I made a live stream of this. Well, yes, I'm glad you're here as well, Michael. Thank you for being here. And Joker ES, definitely play Inish. Well, here's the thing. Inish is the heavier game of the two. So if we're going to play one of these today, it's probably going to be In the Name of Odin. Because whenever a game gets up around 3, which Inish is close to, Jess is a little bit stressed because honestly, I think she puts too much, and it's probably my fault because we kind of used it, but I think at this point she's putting a little bit too much weight behind that complexity rating on the Geek, because we have actually found that around 2.5 is really where she enjoys games. Not that she can't handle anything that's harder than that. It's just that she enjoys games that are around 2.5, which is what this one is. And if it gets the closer it gets to a 3, and if it goes over a 3, that's when she really kind of, we're well outside of her wheelhouse at that point. And I want her to enjoy the games, not just play them. So we'll see about which one of these we can get to the table. I think she'll enjoy both of them, but we might have to get a play of Inish in before we do it live. So I'm leaning towards In the Name of Odin right now, just to be on the up and up and with you. Inish can get into that munchkin zone where everyone is trying to drag everyone else back. Yep, and I don't know that she would enjoy that. So I think we might go with In the Name of Odin today, and we'll save Inish for a 3-player game some other time. But we're going to get out of here. Thank you for joining me so much. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and gals. And we're going to get out of here because I got to record a review, and I got to get ready for 2 o'clock today. So we'll see you back at 2 o'clock. If you can make it. If you can't, it'll be there for you to watch later on. Thank you for joining me here today, though. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care. Higher complexity games sometimes take a few plays to warm up to. That is correct, David. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. All right, David and oh gosh, David and I believe it was Matthew. Yeah, Matthew Colwell. Send me those emails so I can get your stickers to you. All right, send me those emails. I need your addresses. FlipsideOBG@gmail.com. And with that, I'm out. See y'all later.